The story begins with Iron Man's memories. He recalls a party from 1999 where he met a woman named Maya Hansen. Maya tells the handsome Tony Stark that she has discovered a cure that can completely heal physically disabled people, and she calls it Extremis. Meanwhile, a scientist named Aldrich Killian, who is also physically disabled, approaches them. He offers both of them a chance to work with him, but Tony Stark doesn't pay much attention to him. Instead, he dismissively tells Aldrich to wait for him on the roof, saying he'll join him soon. However, Tony ends up flirting with Maya Hansen and never goes to meet Aldrich, leaving him waiting. The story then shifts to the present. In the year 2012, Tony Stark explains that he used to be a different person, but now he has changed. He is seen working on his Iron Man suit, inserting micro-repeaters into his hand so that he can summon his suit at will. When he performs a specific action, the suit automatically fits onto his body. However, he is mentally unstable and suffering from insomnia. He hasn't slept for hours because of the traumatic battle he fought alongside the Avengers against the Chitauri army 7 months ago, which nearly cost him and his allies their lives. These memories haunt him, causing him to have anxiety attacks. His mind feels empty, and this is why he struggles to sleep. On the other hand, Aldrich Killian, the same man Tony Stark ignored in 1999, now visits Pepper Potts, Tony Stark's girlfriend and CEO of Stark Industries. Aldrich and Pepper had previously worked together. When Pepper sees Aldrich, she is shocked by his youthful appearance and the fact that he, once disabled, now walks perfectly. Aldrich reveals that he and his team are working on a project called Extremis, which enhances human limbs through neural integration. He demonstrates the project to Pepper and offers her a chance to collaborate. He reminds her that he once made the same offer to Tony Stark 13 years ago, but Tony rejected it. Now, he proposes that Pepper, as the new CEO, work with him. However, Pepper suspects that Aldrich is trying to create super soldiers, something both she and Tony would never support. She declines his offer. Meanwhile, Happy Hogan, Tony Stark's former bodyguard and close friend, is shown tailing one of Aldrich's bodyguards. The man gives a truck driver some kind of drug, which causes his body to turn red before he suddenly explodes. Happy is critically injured in the blast. Before losing consciousness, he sees Aldrich, who was also caught in the explosion but miraculously heals as flames emerge from his body. When Iron Man learns that Happy is in a coma due to a blast orchestrated by a terrorist organization led by a man called the Mandarin, he becomes enraged. In front of the media, he openly threatens the Mandarin, saying, "You are already dead. I'm coming for your body." He even gives out his home address. That night, Maya Hansen, the woman from 1999, visits Tony at his home, where Pepper is also present. Suddenly, Tony's house is attacked with missiles. To save Pepper, Tony makes her wear his Iron Man suit, instructing her to escape with Maya. They get out safely, while Tony summons his suits using advanced technology. However, he falls into the ocean, and his enemies assume he has perished. But Tony survives, though injured, and his suit, now on autopilot, takes him to a remote, freezing location where he eventually loses consciousness. A few days later, a boy named Harley finds Tony. He recognizes him as Iron Man and shows him a newspaper declaring that the world believes Tony Stark is dead. The autopilot had brought Tony to a village where the Mandarin had committed numerous attacks. Tony realizes that the explosions causing havoc are not from conventional bombs but rather from humans enhanced by Extremis, who function as living bombs. When one of Aldrich's enhanced soldiers attacks Tony, he understands the nature of these super soldiers. Tony kills her and incapacitates Aldrich's bodyguard, leading him to discover the location of the Mandarin. Tony infiltrates the Mandarin's hideout without his Iron Man suit, using makeshift weapons crafted from household materials. However, he soon realizes that the Mandarin is not a real terrorist but merely an actor controlled by Aldrich Killian. The entire operation is a facade, with Aldrich as the true mastermind. Tony also learns that Maya Hansen has been working with Aldrich for the past year. Aldrich reveals that he has kidnapped Pepper and injected her with Extremis. He threatens Tony, saying that unless he helps stabilize the Extremis formula, Pepper will die. Maya, realizing Aldrich's true intentions, tries to stop him and threatens to kill herself to halt his research, but Aldrich coldly shoots her, Meanwhile, Aldrich captures Colonel James Rhodes, Tony Stark's friend and the operator of the Iron Patriot suit, formerly known as War Machine. Aldrich intends to steal the suit by forcing Rhodes out of it. When Rhodes refuses, Aldrich heats the suit until Rhodes is forced to eject. Now, Aldrich has control of the Iron Patriot suit. At the same time, Tony manages to repair and recharge his own suit. He summons it using his new technology and escapes captivity. Tony and Rhodes learn that Aldrich's next target is the US president. The president believes he is being protected by Rhodes in the Iron Patriot suit, but it is actually Aldrich's agent inside. The real Rhodes and Tony rush to stop the attack. Tony defeats Aldrich's operative in mid-air, saving the falling passengers of the president's plane. Aldrich, wearing the Iron Patriot suit, takes the president hostage. He plans to execute him live on television to install the vice president, who is secretly allied with him, as the new leader. Tony and Rhodes arrive to stop him, and Tony commands his autonomous Iron Man suits to attack Aldrich's forces. During the battle, Pepper appears to be caught in an explosion, seemingly dying. Devastated, Tony fights Aldrich, using all his technology to try and defeat him. However, Aldrich is too powerful and regenerates despite Tony's efforts. Just as Aldrich is about to kill Tony, Pepper, who survived due to the extremists inside her, reappears and kills Aldrich herself. After the battle, Tony embraces Pepper, relieved to have her back. He destroys all his Iron Man suits, as Pepper dislikes his obsession with them. The vice president is arrested, and Tony undergoes surgery to remove the shrapnel from his chest, eliminating the need for his arc reactor. As he leaves the ruins of his home, he throws his broken Iron Man helmet into the ocean, symbolizing a new beginning. Tony Stark concludes, saying, "Even if you take everything from me, one thing you can never take away is my existence." In a post-credit scene, it is revealed that he has been narrating this entire story to Bruce Banner, who had fallen asleep during it. And with that, the story ends.